Hey everybody, I'm Josiah. For those of you who don't know, I started this channel to kind of focus on things mostly in education, traveling, languages, and a few of the things that I'm interested in that I think other people would be interested in as well. I recently graduated in May of 2020 with my Bachelor's of Science in Biology from Southern University, A&M College in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Me being a STEM major, I thought it would be a good idea to start a series that focuses on STEM, where I can get other people's perspectives in the field, and also highlight, Black students, HBCUs, and other minorities that are in the STEM fields. So for those of you who don't know, STEM is an acronym for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It can include subjects such as biology, physics, chemistry, various types of engineering, several different types of agricultural sciences such as animal science and things like that. So throughout this series, I'll be interviewing different individuals that are in the STEM fields, and we'll be discussing different topics such as why they chose their particular field or their career path, what are their future aspirations, how did they handle school with other obligations that they had to handle. So we'll get started, and I hope you enjoy the video. Get strong.
Hello everybody, my name is Diamond Mungroo. I am a 22-year-old recent graduate from Southern University in Agricultural and Mechanical College. I was a biology major, and I am embarking on a new journey to get my master's degree starting in June 2020. I had applied to a few schools. Actually, my senior year, I had no idea where I was going, and we had a college fair. I went up to Southern's table where my recruiter was, and I actually thought it was Georgia Southern. So I'm like, cool, like, I'm going to Georgia Southern. I'm like, bet, okay. And she told me, like, no, this is a school in Louisiana, which I had no idea what Louisiana was, where Louisiana was. And she basically turned me on to Southern, told me that she would get my application like the same day that I did it, and she was going to process it, and I was going to get accepted within like a week, and I was going to get an in-state scholarship because my GPA was so good, and that it was cheap because Southern is pretty cheap. Also, because I wanted to do certain things, I wanted to cheer, I knew that I wanted to pledge, so I looked into all of that before putting in my application, put it in, got accepted a week later. With challenges, yeah, it was a whole lot of them. Well, I knew I wanted to do extracurricular, so that was the first thing. The first challenge is I'm not well in sciences except for anatomy. I am great in math, but I'm great in anatomy, but you can ask me about the respiratory system. I ain't gonna tell you nothing because I don't know. But I knew I wanted to cheer, so it was gonna be a lot juggling cheer and biology. Also, I was 8 hours away from home. I had never been that far away from home, like living on my own, even though I was living on campus. And I was trying to adjust to somewhere new. On top of, when I moved in the fall of 2016, it was a flood. It was the Great Flood of Baton Rouge. And I wasn't used to flooding. I'm just a girl from Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know nothing about flooding. So it was really a big turn around that I had to do. I didn't know anybody when I came to Southern, so I had to not necessarily recreate myself, but meet new people and network and put myself out there. So I was trying to make friends. I was trying to make study groups. I had great mentors at the time. Ms. Johnson was my mentor, and she was like, study with the people that are making the same grades. Well, I'm antisocial. If I don't know you, I'm not going to talk to you. So that's what I was doing. I didn't want to talk to nobody in there because I didn't know them. I wasn't used to that. All these people were friends because they grew up together. I don't know y'all, so I'm going to do my own thing. So other than freshman year, pledging was a lot. I had an emergency surgery. It was a lot because not only was I staying up late because I had practice, or staying up late because I had something else to do, or cook, trying to find some food or something like that, I was putting in countless hours. You know, we had to go out of our way to find a spot in the library at 12 o'clock in the morning so that we can make sure we got our stuff done, and so that you knew what you were doing. We had great mentors, yeah, but you had to make it work for yourself. And I believe that was probably the biggest challenge. Like, you really had to learn yourself, learn how to study, learn how to understand, and like really network. Now, I will say, before I came to college, I never had a job before. So it was a big thing for me because I ain't never had no job before. I knew how to hustle, but I never had a job. So coming out with 5 jobs, working over the summers, and then taking biology classes was a lot. It was hard. So basically what I did was, the times that I knew I was supposed to sleep, I'm sorry, I had to sacrifice it. You know, you do what you got to do to make it work. And I know everybody is not built the same way. I know everybody cannot, you know, do the same things, but in my sense, I handled my schoolwork at a certain time. So I have a planner. Y'all, I live by my planner. If you ain't got one, go get one from Barnes & Noble. Sponsor me, Barnes & Noble. Anyway, so I got a planner and I put in all my assignments, whatever I needed to do, whatever day they were due. That's what I did. I made sure that the assignments were done well in advance, or at least a day in advance. And if not, you know, sometimes that ain't happen. It happened an hour, 30 minutes before it was due, but it was done. The one thing I will say though, when it comes to anything, you do not slack on work, because at the end of the day, I am not a test taker. I can study all day, I'm not a test taker. But within all my jobs, within cheering, within pledging, I made sure my work was done, because that is what kept my grades up. That is what kept me afloat even when I was making F's on the test. That's what got me to where I am now. So handling it was a lot. I did stress a lot. And I'm a thug, so I don't cry, but I cried a lot. You know what I'm saying? Looking back at it now, I probably could have handled it better. But you know, everybody has their own journey, their own way. So I handled it to the best of my ability, I guess you could say. Ain't no preparation. Okay, one thing I did do after I came to Southern, because of course I wasn't ready when I first came. Freshman year I was kind of blindsided, like I didn't know what I was taking. I just knew that they put me in classes. Once I started making my own schedule, I went to each professor and like, hey, I'm enrolled in your class next semester, or hey, I'm trying to get enrolled in your class next semester. I'm just trying to see what I need to do, what I need to have. Let me go ahead and get it, because your girl is broke. So if I need to get a book, let me look for it early, because your girl is broke. Other than that though, I really kind of just went about it like, let me establish a relationship, because honestly, I can't talk for a PWI, but at an HBCU, having a close connection with your professors, or just having a connection, a conversation, can take you a very, very long way. And that's what I did. All my professors knew me like the back of my hand. They knew I had jobs. They knew I was doing other things. They knew how I studied. They knew I wasn't a test taker. They knew what I wanted to do in life. They know what I'm doing in life. So I just went about it like, hey, what you need me to do? What I got to do next? What we got coming next? I always had to stay on top of it, because if I didn't, I was going to fall behind. You fall behind, you're going to fall behind in all your classes. And then you go have a failing semester, and it ain't going to be cute. Period. So, honestly, my best advice with that one, I would say, if you can make a relationship with your professors, please do it, even if you don't like them. Because let me tell you something. It's the few. I wanted to just like that. But I did it. So, yeah, make a relationship with your professors. Make a relationship with your advisors. I didn't really have an advisor. I advised myself. So that was a lot. It was. I advised myself, though, and I really think that along that way, I advised my friends as well, because I knew I was ahead in a certain way when it came to graduating. So if my friends needed help, hey, I'm going to help you. And if I needed help, my friends were going to help me. So that also helped me in that sense. For instance, let's take comparative anatomy. Probably the hardest class I've ever taken in my life. Probably the hardest class I will ever take in my life, to be honest. Okay, I'll take that back. That's probably a lot. But that's probably the hardest class I've ever taken in my life. For a class like that, I actually went to the professor a whole semester before. Yeah, I know that's overachieving, whatever. But I went to her class the whole semester before, like, listen, I'm trying to get what I got to get up out your class, because regardless, I took comparative not only because I needed the elective, but I took it for my own well-being. I knew I needed to know anatomy regardless, so I took it. She had already let me be, like, listen, what's up? This is what's up. This gonna be hard. I was like, dang, sis, okay. It was hard. So basically, I had all my friends enrolled. Get your friends, baby, because they gonna help you. Get your friends enrolled. Anyway, so I had all my friends enrolled in the class. Okay, so I had all my friends enrolled in the class with me. And so basically, she told us, like, we needed this book. We needed a notebook to write this in it. Make sure you always got your computer. So before we started class, I had the whole list. Just what I need. A dissection kit. Bought it off Amazon, baby. Amazon is your best friend. I got a dissection kit. I had went ahead and got the book, got the notebook. Things of that nature. So when it came time, I was already prepared. I wasn't running around trying to go get the necessities that I needed for her class, because I was already ready. Now, when it came to the classes that were extremely hard, because I had friends, my friends really took me a long way. Please find you a group. Let them be your best friends. I am completely blessed to say that my study group, shout out to last. Anyway, they're all my best friends. So this wasn't just a classmate thing. These were my friends. I was sleeping with these people. I wasn't gonna say people. I was sleeping with them. Okay, we were sleeping on couches. We were sleeping in beds. We were sleeping on floors, baby. We were sleeping. Okay, so they helped prepare me for the hard classes, because we were studying in and out together. We were going to the library in and out together. We were sitting in comparative lab till 3 o'clock in the morning together. You feel me? So that's the people that you count on. When it comes to the studying by yourself, do what you got to do. I watch videos. So I knew we were getting into a new section. For instance, I had the shark. Love the shark, y'all. Got a little shark baby. I went and I was like, okay, let me go see. We're about to do the muscular system. I'm going to go watch a video on somebody dissecting the shark on the muscular system, because that was to better prepare me. So when it came time for the test, well, I had already seen it once before I touched the animal. Then I seen it in lecture, and then I seen it personally in lab. You really have to make it work for yourself. Everybody's not a memorizer. For me, I'm not a memorizer. If I don't understand it, it's not going to get understood, and the test ain't going to get passed. So you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Make it work for yourself. Make flashcards if you got to make flashcards. Sing if you got to sing. Make up a freaking song. Y'all done seen Hannah Montana. You done seen Hannah Montana. You know she made up that little bone saw. If you go learn it, baby, go learn it. Next. I really don't want to do much on my biology degree, to be honest with you guys. I really wanted to go into kinesiology, but Southern did not offer that to me. So what I'm doing with my biology degree, I'm pursuing my master's in athletic training, and hopefully gonna work my way up from high school sports to collegiate sports to NFL, NBA, all professional sports. I do not have a preference, but I do love football. So if you're a football player, hit your girl up, because I can help. After that, I am trying to pursue my doctorate of physical therapy. I would love to become a physical therapist and an athletic trainer for any sports related injuries. On top of, I love to help kids when it comes to sport. I really do enjoy working in the hospital. So I've also looked into, after pursuing my DPT and my MAT, to think about helping the inpatient kids at hospitals, the ones with the different diseases, skeletal things, all kinds of issues. So my main goal is to open my own business catering to all professional athletes around the world. So your girl can't travel, because I like to travel. Send me to Bora Bora with a check. And just really end up being the best PT and AT that I can be in the professional world. If it's meant to be, it'll be. It's not something you can force. It's not something that you can wish for. If it's gonna be, it'll be. No matter how hard you hustle, if it was not meant for you to have it, then it just wasn't meant for you to have it. So I try to go on without in my life, like, Diamond, you keep worrying about it, you keep stressing about it, because I stress, okay? But I have to keep the mindset of, Diamond, if this is for you, it's going to be for you. And if it's not, it's just not. And you have a bigger opportunity coming, or you have something bigger coming for you. So if it's meant to be, it will definitely be. Shout out to the OG upstairs. You can kiss their sleep goodbye. That's all, period. Few things of advice, few tips I would give you this. Find a group, find some friends, find your best friend. Find, if it's one person, 6 people, 8 people. I prefer you not to have 10, but it was a good amount of us. Find your friend. Find that person that you know you're going to ride it out with, thug it out with. You're going to get it done. Regardless, they got your back, you got their back. If you slacking on something, they picking it up. If they slacking, you picking it up. That's number 1. Find your people. Number 2, when I'm serious, you're going to kiss your sleep goodbye. So if you like to sleep, baby, you better sleep on it now, because you're going to kiss it goodbye. And honestly, if you think that you're going to have 8 hours of sleep, the reality is, if you want to be the best of the best, if you want to have the top of the top grades, you got to put in the work. If you are not a person who don't want to put in the work, then that's not the major for you. I'm sorry to say. If you know how to put in the work, you'll make it without a problem. If you struggle, please don't be afraid to ask questions. Please don't feel like you are an idiot or you're stupid and you don't want to ask this question in front of the class, because I'm going to give you an example. Freshman year, we were in biology, Miss Johnson's class, and we were talking about genes. The whole class is in there, and they still talk about me to this day, and I graduated a whole semester ago. We were talking about genes. How your body, gets these genes from your parents, whatever. I asked in front of this whole class because I was curious. Do you get a booty gene? Because most of the time you see a woman with a big booty, her baby got a big booty. I mean, that's just on period. Correct? Or am I right? Okay, that's on period. So anyway, I asked that question. Everybody laughed at me. It wasn't a dumb question. It was legit. Because if you think about it, you really do see women who got big booties and their babies end up having big booties. They daddy got big booties. You got a big booty. Anyway, if you really want to know the question, don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody bully you into thinking that your question is not valid. It doesn't matter what it is. Because at the end of the day, I understand you might be stopping the class, but I bet you your understanding is there. So you don't let anybody stray you away from what you want to know. You ask that question in the middle of the classroom if you got to. And if you are shy, write the question down and go to the professor. Do not be afraid to get comfortable with your people, with your professors and your mentors. And number 4. I forgot.
That was the last question.
Wait, but there was one more I was going to say. Oh well, number 4, hustle it out. Think it out till you can't think it out no fucking more. Period. Oh.
Thank God it's over.
My mic done fell.
I hope you all enjoyed the video and found it informative. Look out for the next video and feel free to ask any questions about this particular video, or if you have any questions or suggestions about any future content. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Be strong.